eco-terrorists. That's the word Mr. Hoover is using. Eco-terrorists. It's just a very direct question. I mean, it's a PSU. Not one thing will move. No decision will be taken or is supposed to be taken without the logheads, without the file. If the files were there, if the logheads were there, permissions had to be given.
Let me
why this late accountability, and if at all there is any accountability at all?
The question on accountability is one that leads us back to August of 2024, where the National Green Tribunal actually sent notices to the Department of Environment and Forest here in Karnataka, saying that large-scale encroachment has happened, and there has been, questions of non-forestry activities taking place in forest land. This was when even this land in Pina was flagged, and the minister, there are several news reports that will tell you this, the minister here in Karnataka has also gone and inspected and seen everything that's been happening. Tell me, what is it that has happened since this, since this sort of notice has come into play? This was August of 2024. The question that we're raising is not to the activist on the panel, is not about whether Bengaluru's green cover needs absolute protection or not. So we are in agreement on that front. The BJP has been very vehemently protesting against the different climate-related atrocities that have been happening in our state, in Bengaluru, where the Congress government has woken up a little too late. We know that these are emerging areas. Pina is an industrial area. We know that these are areas that are susceptible to large damage due to climate change. And therefore, we are saying that these are things that needs to be worked on an urgent basis.
So, Ms. Surabhi, if the BJP is so passionate and so serious about the challenge to the green cover, how many hours will it take for the BJP to really move against a PSU that comes under it?
Ma'am, there are, as you would be very well aware, there are ways in which even PSUs are governed, where land is governed. This is a state of Karnataka issue that we are trying to highlight. This is a notice sent by the NGT to the forestry minister. The government has the option to take strict action, and that strict action has not been taken. Why did you wake up late and then release these sort of claims to the media when what you had to be doing was on ground and talking to the people who are both with HMT as well as the film industry?
Shatabish, so here's the thing. There is an ongoing controversy with HMT. There is an issue with the PSU and the state government that has been going on for a while now. So it's in between of that the Congress government has gone and made this announcement. This should have been well known before. So is it just, again, is it just a politics of convenience? Nobody is really bothered about the green cover. Everybody talks about the depleting green cover. But a row which already was escalating, was already at the political peripherals, it gets the highlight because the minister goes there, does an inspection, finds out that there were trees that were felled. What stopped him from doing this before?
No, I don't understand. If we take action, there is a problem. If we don't take action, there is a problem. What is the government expected to do? I don't seem to understand. Now, see, the fact of the matter, and an undisputed fact, is that hundreds and hundreds of trees are felled. Now, H.D. Kumaraswamy still claims that the land belongs to HMT. There's a dispute between the state government and the PSU. But if you just peruse the land records that are available on public domain, what would unmistakably emerge is that it is a reserved forest area. And this notification was done during the provincial state of Mysore. And such forest lands cannot be sold, granted, acquired, or transferred in any way or fashion. And sometimes what happens, the government hands over these lands or reserved forest area to certain organizations or corporations for a specific purpose. And these organizations must work in that narrow line. They cannot use it for any other purpose. They must only use it for forest developmental activities or for increasing plantation. They cannot use it for cinema. They cannot sell it to private agencies. Now the honorable minister, what has he done?
That's true what you're saying.
What has he done?
That's true what you're saying. So
he's received a complaint. He has conducted a spot inspection. He has intimated the BBMP. He's intimated the chief secretary to conduct a preliminary inquiry and give a report. Based on that report, he has also ensured that stringent action will be taken against the officials who permitted the felling and against those individuals who did the felling themselves. Now, I don't understand why the BJP or the JDS
Ms.
is trying to
Surbi, very
politicize
quickly,
the
very
issue.
quickly, if you
In
could
fact,
respond,
they
because
should
I need to go to
urge
Mr.
the
Hoover.
central government to take
Ms.
immediate
Surbi.
and effective action.
BJP is not politicizing. Did you not know that this land was being used for film production in December of 2023?
Madam, you please communicate to the Union Ministry to take immediate action immediately. What is the problem?
Callousness with which land is being transferred to different authorities here in Karnataka raises many questions. There is no good administration here in Karnataka, which is why we are seeing the sort of controversies that we are seeing today. Did you not know that this was
Precisely why
being
you've been
used for
ousted and
production?
are sitting in
Was
the
there not
office
papers
today.
sent from the film
Please
production
talk to your union
to you?
minister and
Was the
ask him
film
to take
production
action
team not
immediately.
sending you
Please
notices?
talk to the forest
So
and
tell me
ecology
something.
minister.
I want to ask this question. One day, the film production unit decided I'm going to do the, HMT is going to be the land where I'm going to, or whatever land that belongs to is where I'm going to do film production. And this didn't come to the notice of the state government. Did you not know in December of 2023? Why have you woken up today? I'll tell you the reason they've woken up today and why they're making such a big case of this. There are more than 1,200 ongoing cases of encroachment in that Bengaluru urban district. The reason they're waking up today is because they want to distract from the issue that is happening across the state and across the country, which is of land being illegally transferred to a certain board. That is the reason they are bringing this up. If you really cared about tree cover, tell me a little bit about Ijipura. I go in that road every single day. Do you know how many trees are being felled?
Shatabish, very quickly respond. You have a right to respond. I have to go to Mr. Hoover after that. 30 seconds, Shatabish.
No, see, it is apparent how BJP is trying to politicize the issue, how they're trying to sow seeds of disharmony and communalism in an issue that speaks about green cover. We are all concerned as citizens. I am a citizen of Bengaluru. We are taking affirmative action to take steps. What is the BJP doing? Okay, fine. Let me concede. Let me concede for a moment.
All right, Mr. Hoover, what do you make out of this political back and forth? And this political back and forth is not new. But unfortunately, the green cover for Bengaluru is lowest possibly ever for the last few decades. The political bickering has continued. The green cover has dropped. What do you make out of whatever you heard on this panel and what's been going on between the center and the state?
I would want to correct the BJP spokesperson because I've been in the field for environment and forest conservation for donkey's years, roughly around 34 years. In all my years, I've seen the best minister today is Mr. Eshwar Khandre for forests. He's doing a damn good work. Irrespective of being Congress or BJP, I'm not bothered because I've dealt with all these guys. The point is he's doing a fantastic work. And when that lady speaks about BJP being protective about the forests, I want to tell her, I want to correct her. It is in their regime that our forests have been denuded severely. Our Western Ghats have been annihilated. Even now they're annihilating it. And now to sit up and say that they're doing a good job, I'm sorry, you've got to take back your words. I'm sorry about that.
Can I ask you why
we're not worried about the BJP versus Congress. We are worried about our trees.
Miss Surabhi, you have said he's a political man and not an activist. Do you want to explain what you're saying? Because Joseph Hoover is an environmental activist. Do you want to explain what you're saying here?
It's unfortunate that the discourse of this debate is...
Thank you, Shatabish.
Miss Surabhi, I want to know what you just said right now. Maybe I heard it wrong. Do you want to clarify that, Miss Surabhi?
I said political rant. I didn't say political man. I said that it's fair that any activist can have their political
So you are saying it's a political rant and not what an activist would say. Is that what you're saying, Miss Surabhi?
Let's give him due credit for his years of service.
Is it wrong to say that was a political rant? I don't believe so. So please, as an activist, sir, please tell me what is it that the state government should have done when this film said that they are going to be,
I don't understand who's curating the show at the moment.
Okay, I understand that there's two Congress spokespersons here.
Mr. Hoover, I think you have a right to respond. Please, Mr. Hoover. Mr. Hoover, please, you have a right to respond.
He's an activist.
All right, hold it. Please, everybody, allow Mr. Hoover to speak. Miss Surabhi and Mr. Shatabish, please allow Mr. Hoover to speak. Mr. Hoover, please go ahead.
Yeah, what we are concerned, we are not worried about the political bickering that is happening, whether it is Congress or the JDS or BJP or Tomato Potato Party, we are not worried. We are worried about our environment.